don't have a good explanation for what happened. On Friday, I kept telling myself, I'm gonna stream. I'm just getting a late start today. I'm just getting a late start. I'm gonna stream at some point. I just got a late start. And then it was like 9 o'clock at night, and I was like, I'm not gonna stream today. And then yesterday, kind of the same thing, I guess. Yeah, I don't know. I meant I don't know. I'm sorry. I guess is all I really have to say. Sorry. But I'm here today. Yay! All right. So let me. I already have some stuff set up. So let me run side quest first thing, and oh, I was hacking. I was hacking side quest a lot the other day. I think I put it all back in order. I'm just gonna give it a second. Just in case I forgot something. Just in case I've forgotten something. It looks like it's... Oh, don't mind me while I throw my stylus around. But it looks like SideQuest is working, so that's good. Sorry, just 1 second. Hey, okay. I might have to keep an eye on that for a minute just to make sure that it does work. But I will switch over to screen cam, because why not? And... yeah, so today I have a few things that I hope to accomplish. The first of which involves, I'm just going to leave OBS up for a second so I can see that side quest looks okay. I was doing something very pardon. I was doing something I was trying to get like screenshots of the game the other day, and I ended up changing a bunch of stuff. I think I reset it all properly though. Hopefully. Okay, so my agenda for today is basically actually let me check my backlog just in case there's actually something pressing to. Oh, there's one thing that occurred to me while I was looking at the game the other day is there's like a little bug that I want to fix. It is characters stutter a frame when the player leaves, etc., etc. Roll thresholds, I think. Clean up character. I did a lot of this stuff. A lot of this stuff is left over from what was it, last Thursday when I finished a lot of this stuff. I should switch over to Trello. There's something I've been meaning to do. Maybe I'll do that now before people show up. And I think I have an account. I don't remember what it is. I'm gonna switch over to screen cam for a second. So this would be like sorry. Let me just see if I can remember my credentials. Oh, and my laptop is running out of battery, so I have to plug it in. Excellent. Better. Hooray. I don't know. Okay. Yeah, apparently Trello is basically like the same thing that I've been doing with with that spreadsheet, but slightly easier maybe. I don't know. I'm not 100% that it will be. I haven't used it before, so I don't know. I guess I'll find out how good it is exactly. But it came recommended. So what would my password be? Sorry, I'm just gonna turn off the microphone for a second. I'll be right back. I'm not actually going anywhere. They have like a login with Google option, I guess, that maybe I use. I don't know. Alright, so let's go back to stuff, I guess. This is probably fine. I hope this is all fine to show on stream. That's my email. I don't want to show that on stream. That one I'd rather not. Okay, welcome board. I'll probably just... Oh, no. Okay. I'll just leave that as it was and create a new board. What am I organizing? Backlog. Yeah. So a list. Okay, so yeah, so this would I guess be like not started, and then oops, add list. in I don't really use in progress, so I'm just gonna say not started and completed for now. I might decide that I want in progress at some point. So oh wait, Vidira, hey, how's it going? I am oh, so the engine for like what we have going on the screen here is it's Pygame. I'm writing this project in Python, and Pygame I'm using for the graphics and also for audio, although there's not much audio in the game. Right now I'm just setting up I've been using like a spreadsheet as my backlog, and I'm just setting up something slightly more organized, I guess. So oh yeah, so I'm just gonna copy. I won't bother going through the whole thing right now, but I'm just gonna set up like the stuff that I plan on doing today. So stutter when player leaves queue or leaves procession. Is this okay? That's a card now. Cool. Oop, all right, whatever. So yeah, what else do I want to do today? I want to make the mystic type character upgrades, and what else do I want to do? More events, preferably like bulk. I think like I've been putting a fair amount of time into like crafting nice events. Pygame is not too old. Well, I mean, it's running, so I guess it's not too old. But I guess, I don't know, that depends on your perspective. It's not, I don't think it's cutting edge, if that's what you're asking. So more events. Yeah, in the past I've been trying to like, I get super hung up when I try and write events. And I shouldn't. So I should just make like a lot of events just to like even out like everything. Trello, yes, Agile. I think from my understanding, it's basically this. It's just a thing where you like enter stuff and then you can drag them around, and that's like really basically all I was doing here. Is I would just like, I would just drag these from like column to column, and so Trello is like just a slightly cleaner interface for that. So oh yeah, the other thing is I guess I should probably labels. Yeah, labels. I don't know, maybe. Wait, color? Huh. So, yeah, the other piece of organization that I had on my backlog was that I kept note of what projects these things were for. So I could just do that in the description. Although I guess it'd be kind of nice if I did like labels, maybe then I could like sort them and stuff. So, yeah, maybe is label just a color? Oh, and a name too. All right, so like that. Oh, cool. Okay, so yeah, cool. Because these are all journey labels. I wonder if I can select multiple of these cards at any given time. That would be nice. But I've never used this before, so I guess I'll probably be figuring out a bit of it as I go. More events, more passive. I still don't know what I'm calling these things. There's this one of the things I added in last week was like a passive event sort of thing. Trent Sterling, hey, how's it going? Long time. I noticed you've been streaming a bit lately. I haven't had a chance to catch it yet, but I was glad to see that, and I hope to catch it sometime soon. So the whatever these passive. Speaking of people who stream, I'm back. Yeah, I don't have a good excuse. Monday I had a good excuse. Friday and Tuesday, I just failed to actually start streaming. I was at my computer and I was like, I should start streaming, and then it was like, really late at night, and I was like, I'm not gonna stream today. Sorry. Um, whatever those passive things are, more passive bonuses, or I don't know. They're like 500 things that I call, and then this should also be like bulk-ish, I guess. I don't need as many, but I definitely need some more of these. And again, like I shouldn't spend too much time really like making sure they're all like super perfect, magical, like unique snowflake, whatever. They should just be like, there should just be enough of them. The goal here is to get like enough of them done. Huh. It'd be nice if it could infer that. Hey, first event in almost a week. Alright, so was there something else that I wanted to do today? Because today's like a lot of content design stuff, hence the name of the stream. Mystic type character. And then, yeah, no, I guess these are the ones that I want to do, and then, like, that I really want to do, and then once I finish these, I'll come up with more stuff. So, first I'll do the stutter, because that is just a bug, and I just only recently noticed it, and, now, if I don't fix it, it will annoy me. The game seems to be working okay, so I'll minimize OBS, we don't need to have that on screen. And, yeah, so... the way that I'm animating the characters, or the way that I make it so that the characters in the like the characters animating across the stream. Hey, oh sorry, my other screen is really small, so I can see that someone's saying hi to me. I just can't. The text is too small for me to actually read their name. Look, hi, hey, welcome. Look, hi, 9. Hello. Yeah, so the way that I make it, so basically right now, the way the characters that are marching across the screen, they all they alternate like frames of animation so that so it doesn't look like they're all marching together or whatever, like it's staggered. But the thing is, it's staggered just based on their position in the queue, and so when one of the or their position in the in this march across the screen, so when one person leaves the queue at the end of the screen, there's like a frame where the characters don't change their animation, and it probably just makes the animation look a little like herky, like a little bit unsmooth, but and like I mean the animation isn't super smooth even when this is Python that I'm working in now, and the animation won't be super smooth. It's just, I mean, it runs at 2 frames per second. We all know that. We all have come to accept that, hopefully. But this should make it at least run correctly at 2 frames per second. So where does this even occur? It's I think it happens fairly high up in all of this business, right here, in fact. Okay, so yeah, this is the part where we add the player to the queue. And basically what we just need to do here is we just need to keep track of a separate number so that it doesn't change. And yeah, hold on, I'm just going to introduce an error here so that so the line is highlighted on the side thing, because I have to go up here and I think I just have to add a quality to this character. I mean, I could just use like one of these arbitrary like values that we already have associated with the character, but I think I'm just gonna say like frame equals 0, save that, and then so then when we add the player to the queue, oh, it's not even right here. So this is where we add the player to the queue. We just append them right onto the end. And so before we do that, we're just going to set their frame value to the appropriate value. So for example, parade. So actually, okay, so first, what is it? Player dictionary, because this is a value on the character itself. N adv. New adventure is the adventure that we are considering here. And we're going to set their frame value to equal uh, this is like just a easy formulation. Oh no, actually we just have to say, oh yeah, no. Huh. It'd be nice to have one of those, I forget what they're called, but the statements in, like C languages where you can insert a conditional and a question mark and then basically like have a small if statement inside an assignment operator, but oh no, whatever, this is easy enough. Parade, we need to go by the character that was next most recently added, which will be the character at the end of the parade. So if we go parade index -1, I think is like a legit way to index these things in Python. I'm pretty sure this means like the last item in the I think like if you go backwards from 0, it loops, it like wraps around and goes in from the other end. I think. I'm gonna try it, see how that works. Oh yeah, okay. So and actually we're not just looking up that character. We're looking up that character in the player dictionary because we need to check that character's frame value. We're going to add 1 to it, and this value is actually only ever supposed to be 0 or 1. So the last thing we have to do is modulo 2. So if the last player's value is 0, we add 1. Modulo 2 is still 1, so it gets set to 1. If the previous player had been at 1, then we add 1. It equals 2. Modulo 2 equals 0. So it's basically just 1 or 0. It's the other, whichever the most recently added player was not. And now we just there are a few instances where we use I when iterating over the parade. That will not want to use player dict, not enedv, but something similar. So that occurs where? That occurs in the section where we render the character itself. So first we start. This is all the block where we render the environments and fun stuff like that. Here's the part where we blit the name tag. So I actually scrolled too far because the characters should be somewhere in here. Here. Where is it? Here it is. Right. Yes. So right. So when we're animating this character, we do frames. Animation index. Okay. So so animation index we calculate as I plus anim index modulo 2, and that's because it's not like each player is locked into which is their starting frames. They still animate, so we calculate their animation index based on. Previously, we based just on their position in the parade, but that's what we're replacing. So we're actually looking for the player dictionary, and so the index for the player dictionary to fetch the frame from will be if we were enumerating the parade, this would be slightly simpler, but we're not enumerating the parade, so we'll just say parade index I. Yes. And I think that should be fixed now. I don't think I was using I. Let me just check if I'm using I in a weird way. Hopefully that was the only. Like I'm still using I to refer to the character, but I'm not using it to set the animation. That's what the animation index was for. So, okay, I think that should be good. And now the animation should just be a little bit smoother. I'm going to bring down the script, and I'll leave it down for a moment so that it can do that thing that it does where it correctly populates characters instead of not correctly populating characters. I'm not going to call this done yet. I will add a list for in progress. Actually, I'm just going to say, I'm going to rename these. This is going to be the future. This is going to be the past. And this is going to be the present. So things will start in the future. They'll move to the present, and then they'll end up in the past. No, whoops, that didn't save. Save. Okay. Right. Oh, and this one didn't say mother. What the heck? Come on. It remembers what it's supposed to be. It just doesn't actually like update to it. Interesting. All right. Well, I'm new at Trello, so I'm sure there's plenty for me to figure out. So, stutter when player leaves the session is now in the present. This is happening. It's happening right now. What an exciting time. um, so, what? Okay, so what's next on the list? I think I need to do I should do the character upgrade first because Lauren's here. Lauren is currently at the max level, so I don't know how long this is going to take me to do. But if it takes me too long, then yeah. Well, I have a clock. All right, so yeah, let's open the character file that we had set up on, I think it was Thursday, maybe Wednesday, which should be like up to date. It should if I was in the correct folder, we would have a where is it? Yes, our character in the current state of affairs. Although the eye darks are not there for some reason. I guess because it was already done already. I didn't bother putting it here because I didn't need to update it. But I'll put it in here because it will be slightly relevant. The first thing that's going to change, I think, is actually the hat. The eye darks are kind of part and parcel because like the way I have it set up, like basically everything in the head is like all one deal. So although I'm changing the hat, I don't plan on changing the eye darks because those were actually no, the bird was the most recently added upgrade, but the eye darks came right before it. So like I'd actually rather they stick around for a little while. And I know roughly what I want to do for this character. I just the other reason I want to start on it sooner than later is so I can make sure that I am going to execute on this, because the last time I tried like concepting some of this, it could have turned out a lot better. It was I was trying to make the character look like wizardly, and they just looked like they were wearing like a sleeping gown. And and that was like the best outcome. I had like a few horrible outcomes, and that was actually the most successful. All right. What am I looking for? Oh yeah, I'm just checking the. So all of the I just have like coordinates to which I mean I could probably line it up based on the fact that the hat doesn't change between those two things, but I'm just gonna look up the data coordinates. So 6210. Those are the pixel coordinates where I'll want to position this in the other image so that everything lines up correctly. So this goes on head layer 0 and 6210, I think I said it was. So that would be here. Ha! Easy. Done. All right. So this is Lauren. Hey Jonas, how's it going? Welcome. Heyo. And so yeah, so I think like the first thing, well, all right, yeah, before I start changing anything for real, I want to get an idea of where I'm going, because otherwise I'm probably just gonna be like flailing around aimlessly, and I don't want that to be the case. So yeah, basically what I'm thinking is what? Moment of truth. Do I actually have a plan here? So I guess oh yeah, so let me look up. I think I want to do like a headdress sort of thing, like a headdress. I don't know what that means exactly though. Feathers maybe. Feathers seem to be a popular option for headdresses. I think like not like this per se, but I don't think. Yeah, I was thinking like not like what are you? whatever. But when did Google Images get unfun to use? You can't like middle click on images anymore, which is great. Thanks. um, yeah. So like I don't know. I was thinking of going a little more like I didn't want to just do feathers, because like, or at least not like feathers like you typically think of them. Maybe like, I don't know, like this is like a different take on feathers, which is interesting. Uh, yeah. So all right, what uh, huh. Yeah, I'm just trying to like I have an idea. I have like idea pieces of ideas in my brain. I don't have like the whole thing together. Like for the chess piece, I think it's gonna be like a shawl sort of thing, or like a not like a shawl, like it's gonna be like a there's gonna be a chess piece, and then I think we're gonna go with a cape also, maybe. I don't know. Again, I'm not certain how many of these idea pieces are all going to work together. So that will be an interesting thing to discover as I start on this. Um, yeah. So the important aspects of this, I want to have like some amount of verticality to the to like the front of the, or like the, the main part of the headdress to I never want to draw the character's hair. That's one of my goals, is to never actually draw the character's hair. I don't know if I'm going to make it with that goal, but I think for now I'm going to try and keep up with that goal. So the headdress is going to be like, it's going to cover like the most part of their head, and I think it's going to like come back a little bit as well. To imply that if the character had like longer hair, maybe they do have longer hair, but it's covered. Uh, I just to the extent that since I only have like one set of character art, I'm basically trying to make that character art as open ended as possible, so like it doesn't like so that it could hypothetically represent as many people as possible, I guess. Uh, and that's like mostly what I'm saying, because like hair is very individual. Like people's hair, like there's so many different things, there's so many different ways that you can like wear it or style it, or like different lengths and cuts and stuff like that, I'm basically trying to leave it as open-ended, that like maybe whatever cut you prefer, maybe that is the cut that your character has. Your character just really likes wearing hats though. All right, I've been looking at these images for a while now, so I should probably try and draw something. I don't want to go like super brightly colored. But actually, no. You know what? A little color, and whatever color I go for, possibly like I was gonna say, no, green's valid. You're right. No, green is valid. Green I'm not using as the chroma key. I'm using pink as the chroma key, so I couldn't go with pink. But green would be legit. I might go. No, that's the opposite of correct, Jen. That's the exact opposite. The suggestion is to make a bald head, and no. I can make a bald cap, because bald caps can go over any type of hair, basically. I mean, if you have a lot of hair, your bald cap makes you look like you have a big head, but it would have to be really obvious, though. There would have to be like an obvious like line going across the head, and then like some hair sticking out from underneath it, like just like a hint of hair. Uh, all right, so also I don't take suggestions, but you know that, and you're being trollish, so okay. now that we've got that cleared up, all right. So yeah, I should probably hide the. I can just draw over it. Drawing over was easier back when there was less going on. Whatever, I can just draw over again. All right, so or I can just like draw next to it or something. Yeah, I'll probably do that. So coloration of the headdress itself. I think I want to go light. I guess not this yellow, but like light. I think for the. No, I probably want to go darker, but I'm gonna try light first. Oh, and of course I'm sampling from layer, not from image. So blurbity blurb. It's not quite so yellow, but like. I don't know. Whatever. This is just the this isn't like the final version. I'm just gonna draw in like a quick mock-up of what it could be like. Well, yeah. So I was thinking green as like an accent color for like the head. So okay, just in terms of like the area that the headdress. So like this is like the character. Like here's the here's the smiling face. I'm just drawing it next to it, so that I don't have to. So that all like the details don't look weird. So I basically want to cover like this range here, and then I think I want to cover like kind of like that maybe. I don't know. Oh yeah, actually I might cover up the ear. So it might come down over the ear a little bit, and then so then the ear can stick out, and then yeah, maybe something like that, and then it'll like it'll just like just actually wait, no, I guess actually if it came in front of the ear, it probably wouldn't like connect back. It would probably have like a piece that comes in front, and then like I don't know, something more like that. Defense, hey, how's it going? Welcome. Yeah, so that's like kind of what I'm picturing for the headdress, or at least the silhouette of the headdress. Actually, it'd probably come out a little further like this. I don't know. If it gives like the impression of a mohawk, that would be okay. I want it to be kind of big, kind of showy a little bit. Hey, all right. Graphics are now state of the art, I gather, or they're at least now in like high gear. For the chess piece, so we're not having chat on screen because I never know how much of what people say in chat to recap. But Jonas got a graphics card, is what I was responding to just there. All right, so yeah, so for the chess piece, it's gonna be fairly simple. For starters, I think it's gonna start as something like this, and then once we get the well, I'll start planning out like the exact phases of like how these upgrades occur. But the headdress actually I think will happen first because this pointed cap has been around for forever, and yeah, so we'll replace all this stuff piece by piece. But for starters, we'll have. Oh, you know what? This will probably come down over the shoulders because we just had like exposed shoulders as like a look. So yeah, so when I was saying shawl, I think like, yeah, it'll basically be like this. So I think this will reveal a little bit of the midriff. And I think like the feet are actually going to be like sandals or something. So it might look a little uncomfortable when we go to like the snowy backdrops to be wearing something like this, but you'll have like a cape, I guess, too, hypothetically. Yeah. So so what would the cape look like? It has to be slightly exaggerated, and I should stop using the same tone because like it's gonna be really unclear what I'm trying to accomplish if I just use the same tone for everything. Oh, so maybe actually, so yeah, maybe the cape should be of like whatever's this green color hypothetically that I'll be using for the for this stuff. So let's see. All right, so let's say hypothetically like this is like the green color or something. That's way too dark. I was like avoiding going lighter because now it's gonna look kind of like the background color, but whatever. I think that's different enough that I can see it, and I'm gonna just change the background color. Yeah, that was before theater mode. Like it was really important to me to have the chat on screen, but now that there is theater mode, that was like one of the reasons that I was like, you know what? I guess I don't need it anymore. So that's a cape. I think I'll be able to draw it better once I actually draw it like on the character itself. Oh yeah, so then the tough part, or one of the tough parts about this is going to be the kilt, because it's also going to have the the legs are going to be covered. And that's kind of new. That'll be like the first time that I'm doing something like that. So it's gonna be like kilt sort of thing. And then yeah, so I think the shoes are gonna be like sandals. So like they'll have like soles. They'll have like exposed feet. Hypothetically, they'll have soles, and then they'll just have like a little like strap or whatever over the toes, or something. I don't know. I'm thinking something like this. And then in terms of like oh yeah. And actually, I'm not done yet because well, so for one thing, the green color, I want it represented like whatever greenish color we end up with. I want it represented in the headdress as well. And it's probably not just gonna be one color. It's probably gonna be like a family of colors, like a small family of colors. Uh, we well once this character is on its way, Jonas, we'll have the prototypical cape from which we can start making more capes. 10-star hotel. That's a lot of stars. Is that like two hotels that like teamed up? Like they each got 5 stars, and they're like, hey, we should team up, and then together we can be 10 stars. Uh, uh, oh yeah. So right. So the other thing that I want to do with like just to make it a little less simple is like I wanted some detailing. Probably not too much detailing, but like a little bit of detailing on the shawl, or on the on like the yeah, like on the shawl piece or whatever, and then and probably a little bit on the like again, like I'm just putting in like whatever for now, but whoops, but you know, I guess when I work on these individual pieces, I'll try and come up with something a little more interesting for the detailing on these items. So yeah, I think this will be the gist. Oh yeah, the hands, right? Oh yeah, something. So wait, yeah, what did I want to do for the hands? Like I wanted it to be something like my original thought was like uh cosplay is one of those things that I kind of wish I would get into, but like I never do because it takes a lot of time. Like making like a really cool like cosplay costume takes a lot of effort. Sorry, I kind of interrupted the mid sentence. I was gonna say I was thinking like a scepter sort of thing, but like I don't know if that like that probably made more sense with like the wizardy look that I was going for originally. I don't know if it's gonna make as much sense here. I might want to come up with something else instead because because like so after making the ranger type character or the archer type character, I wanted to go something more mystical, but after I like whiffed really hard on trying to make like a sorceress type character, I was thinking, well, I'll go with like something a little more naturalistic, and so I'm thinking I should probably go with something a little more naturalistic for for like what the character's holding, but I guess I'm not exactly certain what that is at this point. I don't want to go like I don't want it to be like oh, you know what, there should be like the cape should actually come down around the neck so that it's clear, because I think that the cape detail is probably going to need a lot of help in order to like become obvious as what it is, because you're really not going to see very much of it. It's just going to be like peeking out behind the character a little bit. So yeah, all right, what I guess like I guess I could start making this now. I'm probably gonna swap these colors if I like. I mean, if I even stay anything like this, I'm probably gonna make the shawl the darker tone, and then the kilt the lighter tone. Just because the legs really need a pop in order to show, and also I don't want like I don't know, it looked weird the other way. Because reasons is why. So yeah, and then I don't know. I'll see how this turns out, and it might turn out that I don't like it, which is why I wanted to do this early, so that if I don't like it, I have time to give it another shot before Lauren wins the entire game forever. I don't know. I don't know what I'm trying. Yeah, what goes in the character's hand? Possibly nothing, or like no, it has to be something. It can't be literally nothing, because that would be a really. Oh, but actually the one thing I haven't addressed yet is the arms, or like the hands themselves, not like what the hands are holding, but like the bracers are like the current piece of regalia, and Oh yeah, this one I didn't have fully formed either. I was thinking possibly hand wraps, but like hand wraps are very similar to bracers in like the they're like not gloves and they just kind of like wrap around your forearm a little bit. Uh, so I might do something a little more dramatic. Like I might do oh, you know what would make sense probably is if this character had like furs, hypothetically, because like the character was just like an archer, and like archers like a bows can be used for hunting, and so oh maybe it will be a feathered headdress, and maybe there'll be like furs or something. Not that I necessarily want to like emphasize the like the slaughter of animals per se, but it would just make sense. Like if I'm ever gonna have that sort of thing. So maybe like for the I don't know if I'll be able to pull it off, but maybe for the bracers or like for the hands, I'll do like something like furry, like a furry sort of I don't know what exactly, but like some I don't know. That might look dumb, and I might change my mind. I might just do like an armband or like wrist or like hand wraps or I don't know something simpler than that. But I might want to give it a shot at least. No, that's at this point I'm actually fairly certain that that's super dumb and I won't do it. Oh, incidentally it'll occupy a lot of if I tried to do that it would like it'd get like fuzzy all around here and that would occupy a lot of the same space as the cape itself. So yeah, no, I probably won't do that. I'll probably like go with like a wrap like around the forearm. Like it would, this would be placed around here, and then maybe the hand wraps as well. Because yeah, I want to go light on this one. So I don't know, something like that. That is a noble aspiration, Jonas. Uh, Captain, did I say hi to you? I forgot. I forget if I did. I have a really bad short-term memory. But hey, welcome, and welcome a third time in case I have already said it twice. But okay, so uh, so yeah, we're not going to be able to actually see the wrist, the forearm band or whatever on the other thing. So that won't be the most impressive upgrade, but some aren't. All right, so I don't know. I think this is. It doesn't look like a person wearing like sleeping clothes. It doesn't look like a person wearing a nightgown. I mean, it doesn't really look like anything yet because I haven't put it on the actual character. But I don't know. I like this enough that I think I'll go in this. Oh wait. Yeah, actually, so one thing that I have not done yet, which I do also intend to do though, is so the oh yeah actually this works out. So the cape like comes down and like actually like goes around the character's neck. And then I think there's going to be like a brooch or like some sort of emblem or something that will introduce another tone, and that will be like an independent upgrade that you get at some point. And so what else? Oh, maybe I'll use the same tone for like whatever is going on with the hands. Maybe it'll imply like some sort of like ornamentation or something. Like it'll be like a wristband that has like a gem on it or something. I don't know. I can figure out the exact details, but I think overall this is probably okay. Oh, and maybe yeah, if this is like the other tone that I'm introducing, I'll probably want to introduce the other tone in other places as well. This is just an idea. This is not representative of final art. So let's see how I want to do this actually. All right, so let's start with the head. I mean, I guess we could start with anything, but one of the things that I know I want to. I don't even know how printers work. Printers were one of those things like technologically that I just gave up on. I was like, things are going in a digital direction, so printers are really complicated, they're really expensive. I think this is one of those things that I'm just not going to. Like I made an executive decision, like printers are just not going to be my thing. Hey, Denny Crane, welcome. How's it going? Uh, all right, yeah. Let's see. I'll probably have to change the color palette a lot because, like, okay. Well, huh. That's really close. So actually, I probably do want to yellow it a little bit because the skin tends to have like more of a reddish tone. That's still really close, so I'll probably even want to lighten it a bit more. Yeah, I just wanted to make sure that this contrasted well. And also, oh yeah, so yeah, okay. So one of the fun aspects of the way these upgrades work is that they happen like individually, or like they happen like, you know, pieces at a time. And so, oh, I should be drawing this on a separate layer, I think, probably. Yeah, just so I don't accidentally mess up the eye darks. Um, yeah, so the upgrades happen piece by piece. So I want to make sure that this doesn't look absolutely crazy for the archer to be wearing. Because like if the first thing that happens is you get this piece of the upgrade, then oh yeah, I have a background layer for the head, so I'll do the tail of the headdress on the other layer. Yeah, so basically I just want I want to make sure that the archer doesn't look absolutely ridiculous wearing this, because the archer, because like, you know, the next thing that'll happen to Lauren is that Lauren and anyway, I say, when I say Lauren, basically what I mean is a character who reaches this level, which in all cases so far has been Lauren. Yeah, this is like essentially what that character will look like. So this doesn't even look like a headdress yet. So that's it. Just kind of looks like a indistinct blob that kind of goes across there. So let's pick like a slightly darker tone to add in like some of the detailing and shading. And then oops, that might be a little high. Oh yeah, yeah. All right, I want to be relatively sparing with this shading because, you know, like I just said, this is similar enough to the skin tone that it could get muddled if I use the darker of the tones too much. So just a little bit of that, and then yeah. So then I don't know what this looks like yet. I might actually oh, you know what? Yeah, if I'm gonna use this darker color for the armband, I should probably use it somewhere else. Oh, yeah. You know what? I think actually, I keep saying headdress, but I think this might actually be a little bit more like sticks. More like a crown of sticks almost, I think. Might be actually the direction that I kind of want to go with this instead. And then, so maybe it will be some feathers, but then, like, I kind of want to play up on the naturalistic angle of it. So that, like, later I can do more of like okay, so for example, we did this like this kind of like, well, the archer is kind of like not like sleek looking, but like kind of like, I mean, he's wearing bright white pants. Like what like wilderness person like wears bright white pants? Like if you wear if I wore bright white pants out into the wilderness, within no time they would be like muddied brown gray pants just from being out in the wilderness. So yeah, like so there'll probably be like another archer type character, but like maybe like the next one won't be quite as like fancy pants. And I think the reason like the archer was a little bit fancy pants was because before being an archer, he was basically like a bard type character. Whoops. I don't know exactly what I'm doing here. I think I need a smaller brush still. Oops. And yeah, so like again, like in order to get those transition to work, like I needed to not just have like a complete mismatch sort of situation. So I don't know what I'm doing. I have no clue what I'm doing. Is what I'm trying to say. So do I want to use this green color? I don't know. I might just make it. Yeah, I might just make it more like a crown. Oh yeah, no. I think I do want to make it like kind of like a headdress, because yeah, like a crown wouldn't be 100% sufficient, because like I was saying before, I want to have like the part that comes down in the back, and that doesn't make as much sense to be made out of like sticks or whatever. So I should incorporate feathers somehow. So maybe the front row will be sticks, and then the feathers will like kind of, they'll just be like a few feathers, like or like alien antenna or like whatever. And then like they'll sorry, I'm just amusing myself with it at this point because yikes. What am I even doing? I guess we'll find out at some point. Oh, oh, that's funny. Oh, the headdress goes behind the quiver. I hadn't really thought about that. But I guess that's fine. Yeah, and I guess like, oh yeah. All right, so, huh? So what is, yeah, what is this like? Yeah, because if the headdress, like if I make like the head, I mean I'm not gonna make the headdress quite like this, but if I make the headdress kind of like this, I'm actually gonna hide the quiver for a second. I'm gonna get the headdress like kind of like this, and then like I go to put in the cape, like the cape is gonna like it's kind of gonna melt together because if I'm using the same color. What? The cape draws behind the leg? That's crazy. Oh no, I'm just on the wrong layer. Right. Okay, no, it wouldn't. Yeah, if I try to make it come like down the back of the head, and then it would kind of connect to the cape. So yeah, maybe what do I want to do here? What to do? I guess I mean I could go very light in the using the green in the headdress. But it's like the cape, the headdress, and then not very many other places that this color actually shows up. So I'll just make sure to incorporate a good amount of this color into the headdress. And I don't even know what this is. Like I guess you could think of it as like when I first started like making it, I was thinking of it as like a canvasy sort of like just like a fine cloth sort of deal. But then like why is it standing upright? Like in the headdress, why is it standing upright? Maybe I should just replace that part of the headdress with green. Like maybe it should just be like brown and green. And then I won't need those silly looking whatever sticking up. Whoa, what did I just do? I don't know what I just did, but it was not the right tool. Actually, yes, I'm just gonna draw this again. So I guess I'll draw it primarily green. Well, first I'll put in the this color band here, and then I think I'll draw the headdress in primarily green, and then and then put those like sticks on top of it. I guess kind of like I did before, except not with the tan color, because the tan color it'll like I don't know. It's not like it actually becomes relevant anywhere. I could just make that tan color like arbitrarily whatever, but I don't know. I like to have things like slightly like rationalized or justified in my mind when I'm making these things. Oh yeah, how tall do I want to go? Actually, I think I don't actually want to go very tall. It's probably just like about that height. At the highest. Is that kind of fully? I think the head would come up. I'll make it a little bit taller here, just so it fully covers. Like, it doesn't look like part of the character's head is missing. And it's gonna be one of those you can't unsee it things. But I'm definitely like not able to unsee the fact that these are definitely angry eyebrows upside down, like angry eyes with eyebrows upside down on this character's face. Right now, but I'll just have to do my best to ignore that. And yeah, I mean, I guess I'll have to change that at some point, like in the not distant future. So basically, this headdress is gonna look like it's made out of grass and sticks a little bit. I don't know. Maybe that'll look less weird once I add in the cape. Maybe, hopefully, I don't know. I really don't. I'm definitely gonna have to come back and rework this somehow, but right now it's not clear to me how, so I'll probably just move on. So let's get the green color again. Yeah, it's weird having this green background. I'm gonna change the background color just to something something different, because the green is like, I really can't tell how it's working, or if it's working, or like what's going on there. So wait, hold on. This color, except blue now. Spill, I guess is fine. Spill sampling, though, the layer, not the image. There we go, that's better. I am from the United States. I am there currently, and that is where I have lived my entire life. Excuse me. Yes. Alright, so yeah, I was just, like, not only is the whole headdress thing still a bit unclear to me exactly how it's going to work, but it, I wasn't even, like, able to tell, like, how I was drawing it. Whoops, wrong layer. Just because of the, it was very similar to the background color. And then, what now? Oh, sampling, yeah, derp. Okay. There we go. Huh. Yeah. Alright, so there's a quality I had before. When, you know what, it's when I drew it with a thicker brush. I had like, it didn't look like brown in front of green, it looked like, or like back when it was tan, it didn't look like brown in front of tan, it looked like alternating brown and tan, so I think I like that, and I want to see if I can draw that again. I think, I might be lying, but I think the headdress is the least clear idea that I have, so it's probably going to be the one that takes me the longest to draw. If anyone is like out there thinking like, oh, is he going to spend this long on everything, then hopefully no. Hopefully the answer to that is no, and that the rest will be easier, because like for the other stuff, like I think I'm pretty sure like the gist of how I want it to look. But the it looks like a tiny forest on the character's head, so I probably can't go in this direction. I probably need a, you know what, maybe it's not like a headdress exactly. Maybe it's like a like maybe it's a headdress, but maybe it has like, maybe it does have like the basis in this like canvasy tan color. Maybe it's like kind of like what are those things that you wear in the desert, right? Like you wear like a thing, you like tie it around your head and then it comes down in the back. Like maybe it's like that, but like ornamented a little bit. Maybe it's like a slightly adorned version of that. So if I wanted to, I could actually do that in separate stages. Like I could give like a cap kind of like this at first, and then I could go back in, and then like a later stage like add like some ornamentation to it, something like that, if I felt like it. Or else maybe I wouldn't do that, and maybe it'll just look dumb if I did that. I don't know. But does this look like an upgrade? Like the other, like the pointed cap, you had it for a while, but it was, I don't know, it was a kind of cool pointed cap, so I don't want it to be like, yeah, I don't want anything to seem like too much of a major downgrade, because that's no fun. What's the point of leveling up if you just lose all your cool stuff? So maybe it'll be like maybe it'll start out somewhat simple, like with not too much going on, and then but then I could like do like an upgrade to it. Like I could make it like, actually yeah, maybe it won't start with the green. Maybe the green is what gets upgraded later. Maybe for starters it's just like one of those, except with like sticks sticking out of it, because that makes everything cooler. If you just have like sticks sticking out of things, and it's actually pretty super cool. I think we can all agree. Turban's not the right word. Like, well, like turban's not, I don't know, maybe maybe I shouldn't say that. Maybe my concept of what a turban is. When I think of a turban, I think of like the wrapped look, like the one that is actually like, hold on, let's see, turban. Yeah, that's like, this is what I picture when I picture a turban. But maybe turban is the correct word for this other thing as well. I don't know what the correct word for this other thing is as well. Yeah, so like something more like this. So yeah, maybe it is like a type of a turban, I guess. Yeah, when I think of turban, I think of like the the one that like goes like, that has more of like an upward movement to it than like a downward sort of thing. But yeah, that could be correct. I in fact don't know. So actually, all right, I'm gonna add a new layer to whatever little details I plan on adding here because I'm gonna. Oops, how'd that happen? I'm gonna want to change the shape of the headpiece, despite whatever things I do here. Maybe something like this, something similar to this. Like I'll clean it up, but this might be close to it. And then so then would that work later on if I went in and I added like the I mean again, like I'll add like a little more detail so it doesn't literally just look like green and brown stripes, but something like that, and then possibly like I don't know if, well actually it'd probably be smaller than this. Like I don't know, like yeah, I don't know exactly what sort of detailing I would do, but like something like that maybe. I don't know. Even something simple. Yeah, I think that should work. Probably do something similar to that. Oh yes, sorry. Thank you, Lauren. It was intentionally down for a minute, and then the subsequent 10 minutes or so. Oh, okay. Well, now it's down because I introduced an error. Oh, it doesn't like it doesn't like my indexing of -1. I thought that was legit, but maybe it's only for ranges. Maybe it's not for indexes. That makes sense, I guess. All right, so yeah, so we just have to say parade. So if anyone was paying attention earlier when I did this before, it turns out I was lying. I apologize. So we're just gonna say length of parade -1, which is another way to find the last index of a list or whatever. All right, save that. Yes, and then yeah. I need another script that I run when I bring the script down, and then the other script will oh, did I do that in multiple places? No, it just still doesn't like it. Oh, right. It's erroring. Oh, so actually maybe the -1 thing was okay. Because actually what it's erroring about is that the list is length 0, and I'm not checking that yet. So I'll just say I'll say I'll try the -1 thing again. Why not? It'd be nice if that works. So if the length of the parade is greater than 0, then we do this. And if the length of the parade is not greater than 0, that means there's actually no one on screen, which almost never happens, but as we are noticing, it happens right when the script starts the first time. And so, and in the case that there's no one on screen, then we don't have to stagger the animations. Like we will stagger the animations, but we can start with whichever one. It doesn't matter what what that player's frame value is to begin with. So, yeah, I'm just gonna try and see if -1 works. Because I like that. That's a much cooler way to index, in my opinion, than, wait, what did I do? Oh, oops, I dropped a square brace. Just putting -1 is way cleaner than saying, like, length -1. That'd be cool if it works. I don't know if it will. It'd be cool if it does. It hasn't crashed yet, so maybe it does work. Let's see what happens oh, actually no, it wouldn't be crashing yet because it hasn't evaluated that code path because there's only one person in the game so far. So hopefully it didn't count earlier when it might have counted earlier when I ran the script and it crashed immediately. I might have to wait again. TV, hey, how's it going? Welcome. I might have to wait again, and because if players don't enter if players don't join the game here, okay, cool. All right, it's not crashing and stuff. All right, so that indexing maybe does work. And the characters, yeah, the characters' animations are staggered and everything. Like, when I say staggered, I just mean, like, when one character's legs are like this, the other character's legs are like this, right? So, like, it doesn't look like they're all, like, in lockstep. Because, like, if they were all marching together, like, it would look very regimented. It would look very, like, militaristic, or, like, no, this is just supposed to be, like, a band of adventurers. It's not like like Trusty Bard is not, like, shouting out, like, left, left. left, right. Hey, look, cool players, cool. All right, so that seems to be working. Thank you for catching that. Yeah, if anyone like if the script is down for a long time, it's probably because I just forgot to put it back up again. I don't even have OBS on screen like these days. Like I can't even see like the little version of the screen. So I basically have zero awareness of whether the script is on or working. Yeah, that goes for bugs too. Like if there's a really obvious graphical bug, I'm not gonna notice it. I'm just not gonna notice it. So that'll be fun. Uh, thank you, MTV. Yeah, those games, those like the music games, the one that actually always did it for me was the drums. Like that was always my favorite. It just felt it was like so tactile and like it was like I don't know, energizing and like, yeah, fun. That was it was a fun series of games to work on. So yeah, okay, so that's probably good now. All right, back to back to trying to draw. It's funny. I look away. I look. I look away for just like a few minutes, and when I come back to it, it looks way more ridiculous than I remember leaving it. I think part of the ridiculousness is the silly smiley face I have going on here, but it's just like not something that I could take seriously. Thank you, him, to do that. That's very nice of you to say. Um, so, yeah, I just like just related to like the side discussion. I don't know if you noticed from TV, but like I'm not at Harmonix anymore, but I I just happened to catch that they're taking a survey of like hypothetically if they made a next gen or like a current gen, you know, like the generation of consoles including Xbox One and PS4, like if they made a rock band for that generation, like what sort of things would you want in it? I bet if you punched in like I bet you could probably find it on the internet if you just like searched for like Harmonix survey and you give them your input. Like I don't know, because if that is the type of genre that interests you, then you might be able to help them decide how to bring it back, what to do with the next generation or this current generation. I feel like we're in that awkward phase where like some people are still calling the current generation the next generation, and some people are calling the next generation the current generation, or vice versa. I'll just say both every time, I guess. uh, uh, I think your IP tracker is correct, Kitty. I think Trent might be here. At least he was earlier. So this is fine. Fine. Totally fine. So, yeah, do I have to do anything different for head, oh no, head 0 is just that for now. For head 2, oh yeah, that's the other thing. Oh yeah, that's the other thing. Hold on, let me hide the, hands for a second. Because I completely forgot. When we get rid of, the pointed cap, we're almost certainly going to, what? Oh, I'm not, clone stamp, you clone stamp. We're almost certainly going to get rid of the collar as well. There's like when you get the pointed cap, you also get like a collar that, for like the entire time I worked at Harmonix, I was like, why don't we make a PC version, you guys? I mean, there was an answer as to why we didn't make a PC version, but that didn't stop me from just like consistently asking. Because like, yeah, I've never been huge into consoles. I guess that's not true. I mean, like, way back in the day, of course, like, everyone loved Nintendo, right? The original Nintendo Entertainment System. And, like, I was, of course, super psyched as a kid when I got, like, a Nintendo 64 for Christmas one year. That was very happy Christmas. I don't know, but, like, yeah. I don't think I ever would have owned, like, an Xbox or a PlayStation numbered with a number on it. Like I owned the original PlayStation, but I don't think I would have got any of the later versions if it hadn't been for working in a studio that makes games for those platforms. And I don't necessarily regret that I did, but like I had an Xbox One and I just gave it away because like I'm not gonna play an Xbox One very much. Like I like had it for almost a year and I think I played it like several times. Whereas I played like games on my PC and on mobile like daily. So yeah, it just my my friend has a young person, has a one of those what are they called, kids or whatever, the miniature people that you can get somewhere. I don't even know where they come from. No, I'm just kidding. Sorry. And no, I figured he'd probably enjoy it a lot more than I would. So I just gave it to them. I was gonna say I gave it to his kid, but I think I actually gave it to him because he does play console games. I think he probably plays it. They probably play it together. Hopefully, maybe. I don't know. Who knows? All right. So I'm just all right. Yeah. So a lot of this stuff I'm just drawing so I hid like all the other layers because I'm just drawing how this like headpiece comes down in the back. This is like basically never going to matter. I just like definitely the part that I drew over here behind the neck, like that's never gonna matter. But I just wanted to make sure that I didn't like have a gap so that when we swap out, that's okay. I have a translation tool. Of course, the translation tool did not work. It gave me a phonetic pronunciation, and wow, that didn't help. Yeah, consoles are costly, so. What game did I have the most fun playing in the previous year? So, like, in all of 2014? Ooh. I always say this, because, like, it's just the game that I play the most, and so, like, whenever people ask me questions about, like, games and playing and having fun, I'd be interested to hear other people's answers, because my answer is really boring. So, alright, so Jonas says Minecraft or Gary's Mod. For me, it's Hearthstone. Like the answer to the question, like, what are you playing these days? Like the answer to the question, like, what game did you have the most fun with? Like, I don't know. It's like I've been a fan of collectible card games for a while, and I don't like shuffling, and I really enjoy deck building, but I don't like sleeving and de-sleeving cards. So like having a digital version, like a really competent digital version too, like that. It's been nice. I very much enjoyed that. I'm quite pleased with what they came up with as a product. All right, I need to differentiate the. Oh, I know what I need to do. I need to put a darker tone. Yeah, there we go. There, so that falls into the background, and guess I should. Maybe that's okay. Can I? Is there more ear? Like if I erase, oops, not that. If I erase off this layer, is there more ear that's just hidden underneath here? Yeah, I think I covered up a bit of it. Which is like there's just this blotch right here that. Actually, yeah, you know what? I'm just gonna erase around the ear. Oh yeah, I can just erase around the ear, because then I can just draw that in the background layer. So, hey, it's event time. Yeah, so in the background layer, I can just, all right, that way I won't accidentally overlap the ear. Cool. All right. Yeah. So that's probably. Lauren, what do you think? Oh wait, I need to see how the alpha badge looks. That looks fine. It's always important to make sure that the alpha badge isn't placed weirdly, because the alpha badge doesn't move. So yeah, one thing I'm noticing is that the shading is really vague on this headpiece. I want to do something about that. And just like generally like tweak some of the yeah, I need to tweak a little bit of the shape because it does not really read right now. So hold on. Whoa, actually, Yeah, now that I kind of changed what this headpiece is, like maybe it just doesn't even make sense anymore to have this this piece that comes down over the ear or like in front of the ear. At the very least, it was looking weird, and I want to change like how it looks a little bit. Yeah, maybe it just doesn't make sense anymore. Maybe I should just like embrace the maybe I should just embrace the that look that I came. Oh, actually, no. With that head, like with the I don't know. Did we? I forget if we decided it was called a turban or not. But like with whatever that look was, would it come? It would probably come down over the ear. I don't know. I'm probably just gonna. This is clearly a very weird headpiece, so I'm not gonna waste time trying to make it look super perfect forever. I'll just get it good enough and then move on. And yeah, so for good enough, it needs to read at like a distance. Maybe I should just get rid of the sticks. Maybe they just look weird. Hey, how's it going? Welcome everyone. Redonkules, how's it going? No, that is bad advice to any crane. That is definitely not the rules of the game. In fact, the rules of the game is that there's no one strategy that works, because you always have to respond to like whatever is the current event, because there's like some of the times, yes, you'll want to like try and choose the same option, because like if there's a boulder in the path, right? Like you don't want to all push the boulder in opposite directions. Like if there's a boulder in the path, you all want to push it in one direction, because that's the way you're going to get out of your way. If but like if well, so okay, so what if you're in a situation where like well, just as an example, you find like a whole hall of treasures, right? Like let's say there's gold pieces, and let's say they're like ancient relics. Like if you all just take the gold pieces, like you're really just gonna leave the ancient relics there. You're just not even going to. You're just gonna be like, oh no, those are probably worth riches, but like, right? So like, yeah, no, you actually have to think about like what the event is. That's the best strategy. That is the winning strategy. That is how the game works. Um, Lynx, like the feral cat. Lynx. Oh no, that's Lynx. Uh, what am I doing? What am I even doing at this point? I'm making a silly hat. Good. Done. Mission accomplished. Oh yeah, the thing that was really apparent when I showed the alpha badge was... maybe that's okay. The alpha badge is really high contrast because it's so small that, like, it wouldn't read otherwise. Wow, this is, like, real size. Huh. Excuse me. I think I just want to... Yeah, I want to reshape the headpiece slightly, because it's, like, slightly lumpy on this side, and that's not my favorite thing. And that'll also bring it in a little bit on this layer. How did that not get erased from either layers? I swear I erased that from both layers just now, and yet it did not get erased from either layer. There we go. Okay. Yeah, so something like that, a little bit. Zero Maverick! Yeah, sorry. I just, I got lost. I don't have an excuse. But I'm back, so I don't need an excuse anymore. Alright. Yeah, no, this isn't gonna get much better. So, at this point, like, there's not just a major difference. Windows 10? I thought that came out already. Didn't that come out, like... I thought it came out, like, in the summer, or, like, the early fall or something. I like 7, too. 7 was a good one. I wish I'd stayed with 7. Yeah, I'm gonna try darkening this a little bit. just to see if that gives it a better... Wait, what? I'm going to try darkening this a little bit just to see if that gives a better sense of depth. Because right now it's looking really flat. Oh, I'm drawing on the wrong layer is what's happening. I'm like, why is this not doing anything? It's probably not going to make a difference. Or if it is, it'll make just a very slight difference. But, I don't know. It just looks so weird right now that even a slight difference might be worthwhile. So... that might be okay. So... oh my gosh, you know what it looks like at this point? Is it looks like blonde hair, right? It looks like it just like just a blonde wig or something. Or just like blonde hair. Oh man. Well, that's okay, because some people thought the other cap looked like hair as well. So, should I do something to make this not look like hair? Probably, right? I'll probably just come back to that at some point. I'll figure that out at some point, and then circle back around, because it might just be that I have to like shift gears again, or like, you know, make a more significant change in terms of what this is supposed to be. How can I could like, no, I really have no clue what I can do. There's got to be something. There's got to be some way that I can do something. And hopefully it'll come to me in the near future. Alright, so hypothetically, what's going to get upgraded after the... let's look at the list of... I tend to try and replace the things that have stuck around for the longest. So... I have a list of like what order the upgrades come in. So for example, the pointed cap showed up a long time ago, which is why I wanted to replace that one first. In fact, well, technically it was the feathered cap, but that was just the pointed cap with feather in it. So I guess the next thing that's been around longest, like all this stuff has actually been replaced already. So I guess the next thing would be the white pants. So kilt time, question mark? Let's find out. So for starters, I'm just going to put a new layer in and draw on that for now. So new layer above leg 0, and TV. That's funny, yeah. I'd completely forgotten about that, yeah, but no, like, right here, like, if you have this part of your palm, like, pressed against the tablet for, like, extended periods of time, it just, like, moisturizes. There's not a not gross way to say that, so whatever, I'll just go for it. Yeah. Sorry. Alright, so the kilt is like this, roughly. It's pretty simple. The major difference is just that, oh, yeah, how am I going to split up the, like, because, like, the legs are on two separate layers, like, I might accidentally call them hind legs at some point, but what I mean by hind legs is the legs and back. Those legs are, like, on an entirely different layer, so I guess, like, the way I'll draw the kilt is, like, I guess I'll just, like, kind of drape it down between the two, and then the other layer will just have to, like, pick it up. I mean, it doesn't really matter where I put the split. It should just happen in the most sensible place. Oh, actually, no, the split is kind of important, because the cape is going to, oh, yeah, how does sorry, I was drawing all that without the quiver showing, but let me just double check. Yeah, that's fine, I guess. All right, so yeah, no, I guess the important distinction between the layers of Wacom Intuos. Uh, yeah, that seems good. Um, yeah, that I think that's like the current like version of the one that I got. Because like mine is very different, or like it's not going to look the same. But I think that's because they stopped making this kind, and it seems like they probably replaced it with that. So like yeah, that's like, hey, we got a new follower. Uh, Dark L 76, welcome. Thank you for following. I appreciate your leadership and your support. Thank you. Um, yeah, the oh mods can post links is how that happened to TV. So also, I mean, like, yeah, technically links are disabled in chat, although like it doesn't even really do much because anyone with better Twitch TV can still see links, and there are other ways to like see links despite the fact that they're disabled too. So fun fact. Yeah, okay, so the important distinction between where the kilt kind of like splits for the front layer and the back layer is that everything in the back layer can get covered up by the cape. So yeah, I think I'll probably do it like this, because then like hypothetically if the cape came down like this, it would see since it's drawn on this layer, it would cover up everything in that on that back foot, but it would draw behind everything in this front layer too. So I think that would probably look okay. Oh, would it? Actually, would that look weird? I mean, really what I want to do is just not make the cape go down that far. Like, I'd want the cape to like stop around there. Yeah, I tried using like a really big tablet once, and it was neat, but like it was like the sort of thing that like if you have the big one, you'd probably get used to having a bigger tablet. But if you have I don't know, like I've always gotten by with like tablets that are always like moderately sized, because like even the quote unquote small tablets aren't that small anymore. Like this is good size, right? I have like this is like it's bigger than it's like almost as big as my tablet, like in terms of like the operative like space. So yeah. You can always like, and the thing like that you can always do is that like if you had a bigger tablet, you could stay zoomed out and make smaller lines. But if you have a smaller tablet, you can always just zoom in, and then you're working on the same scale, right? Because like zooming in is basically like zooming in your tablet too. It's like every time you zoom in, it basically makes your tablet bigger. Because if you make a 1-inch mark when you're zoomed in, that's going to make a much smaller mark, and so you can accomplish finer detail even with a regular who's it? Trent said like basically the difference is that like you're not moving your whole arm on a smaller tablet. So you're not going to get as much of an upper body workout, I guess, is the major distinction there. Oh, I was not supposed to draw that cape in there because that's not. I mean, I guess it didn't really hurt anything, but whatever. All right. So yeah, I guess. Oh yeah, huh. So, I guess for starters, you just have the kilt and you have your old boots. I guess. I probably want to get rid of the shin guards, because that doesn't make as much sense. The shin guards just peeking out like that seems weird. Not that it makes a huge difference, but I think I might replace the shin guards. And then shortly thereafter, you'll get sandals to replace. Yeah, if you do the tablet workout, make sure you can draw with both of your hands. Otherwise, you'll have like one arm that's like super jacked and one arm that's like. That'd be great if just like making art actually was like fitness, like physical fitness. I would become an artist and just like totally ripped. like sculpture just gives you like great abs, and like photography like works your glutes or something. I don't know. uh, okay. White pants. 6161. That's memorable. So file open. Equipment. Legs. White pants. I assume when you say that you mean exercise and hard work. I assume that's what you mean, because that is another way to get fit. All right, these are the white pants. All right, so 66, 60, no 61, 61 is what we said. So legs layer 0. Not a major change, but it just gets rid of that little peak of shin guard that we saw there. 61, 61. There we go. Yeah, look, it even fits cleanly on like the line of the boot. So, all right, sure, why not? I'll give you a look. If I catch you on sometime. I mean, it might just be that like, I don't know if we stream at the same time or like if you stream while sleeping. I do try and keep up with dev streamers. I try to yeah, like what I do, like right as soon as whenever I end my stream, the first thing I do is I go online and I look at literally everyone who's online and streaming. So I don't know, maybe we just have like opposite schedules or something, or like our schedules are too similar so that I never catch your stream. But I don't know. If I find you online sometime, I'll try and take a look. Yeah, yeah. What Trent linked to is that it, like, yeah, the so like on mine, for example, the active drawing area, like there's a little extra room because like I think the extra room is so that you can keep your hands like resting on the tablet while you draw, so it's not like, you know, awkward and like on the edge. But yeah, like there are little dashes. I don't know if you can see it on camera, but there are little dashes like here, 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 and here are like the active edges. So like anything in like this box is like where I actually draw. It's easy to keep track of though, because like you're not even really looking at your tablet when you draw. You're just you have your hand on your tablet and then you're just looking where the cursor is, and so you basically just like, you know, you never really look at that range. You only ever look at the screen and just move your hand accordingly to like get the cursor to go where you need it to go. All right, so those pants I think are good, but we don't even really need to be looking at them right now. And then so copy this. This is layer 2, which we are looking at right now. Let's put this at 60, 61, 61. And last but not least, no, actually I say that with the legs, but the last layer is actually the least layer. Just in terms of like overall space, but whatever. All right, so then on this layer, paste, and again 61, 61. All right, not a major deal, but now we are all set there. Okay, so yeah, what I want to do here, oh yeah, I want to like export the kilt and the boots together, but I'll also want to keep the kilt separate, because the next thing I'll have to do after that, well, not immediately, but at some point, and actually it could even be immediately, I don't know, let's look at the list. No, not immediately, but at some point we'll want to wait, when did we get those boots? Shin guards? Oh, we get the boots with the white pants, actually. So yeah, I don't want to replace them immediately, but we should replace them. Yeah, well, so yeah, it'll just be like at some other point in the progression. So I'm actually, I won't save it yet, but I can actually start putting in like head wrap or something, and then kilt. Yeah, I think this is roughly the order that we'll be going in. And so then, I don't know, after the kilt, maybe like, well, I need to figure out what goes in the hands. Or no, actually, yeah. Oh, the bracers. I could, yeah, okay, so I could replace the bracers with like the arm, with like the whatever is going there. Maybe like the armband or something. But I do need to figure out what goes in the character's hands, because like kind of like how I gave the bow and the quiver. Oh, I didn't even give the bow and the quiver in super close order. It actually went bow, padded armor, and then quiver. It just makes sense. Like if you have a bow without a quiver or a quiver without a bow, it doesn't make super much sense. So uh, I am not stopping work. I get distracted a lot. Okay, so armband. I guess it doesn't have to be plural, because who knows if there's one on the other arm you actually won't ever see. Um, so Blackbird, head wrap, kilt, armband. So yeah. So then, what was the other stuff that we replaced? The bow. I'm gonna keep the bow. I think if anything, I'm gonna replace the quiver before I replace the bow, because in part I don't know what's coming after, and in part because it's slightly less weird to have a bow without a quiver than to have a quiver without a bow. Maybe the bow has like some ceremonial uses. Uh, um, so yeah, so cape I guess would come in here. Oh, and then okay, so then we can do the shawl hypothetically. Uh, and then we have to replace whatever goes in the hand at some point. Um, we have to figure out what goes in the hand at some point. Hey, Lasergon, how's it going? Welcome. Uh, okay. That I yeah, it's always interesting when they're like press conferences or whatever, because like it always just makes for a really interesting news day. I tend not to catch them live, but you know, you can always get a sense of like what was important based on like what are the outlets like buzzing about afterwards, and like social media and stuff like that too. Um, so okay, so this blank space is like this is like whatever goes in hands. I still haven't figured that out yet, but yeah, there's still. Oh, I still haven't done sandals. Oh, I haven't done sandals anywhere. Whoops, I was supposed to do that sooner, I think. Maybe after the cape, you get the sandals. And then shawl, and then whatever goes in hands. But then what? There's more ornamentation that I wanted to add. Are there any more major pieces that I haven't listed yet? I think that's all the major pieces. But then there's like the brooch, and I was thinking like, yeah, like the headgear. I was thinking of adding in like the extra like feathers and ornamentation as like a separate piece. I don't know. Maybe that's not really necessary. Maybe if I did more of that up front, it wouldn't look as much like blonde hair. Uh, um, uh, I'll figure that out later, because these are like the what are his game DVR? Oh, fraps. All right. That's not what game DVR means to me. Because like the important part of a DVR is that something that's only available in a limited time frame can be made available in at your convenience. And so like I don't even know what by that definition a game DVR would even mean. But it would definitely not just mean video recording, because that's, I don't know. That's a very literal interpretation. Uh, um, all right, so yeah, yeah, I think this order seems okay. So I'll see what I can do about this first, and then oh, you know what might help is if I didn't even have these things to start with, because like it's a little more obvious that it's not just blonde hair, because it has that band going across it. That might help. That might actually quite help. So maybe I should just start with like a more basic head wrap. Is that too basic though? I don't know. I don't know. I guess we'll find out. Is that? It's not very exciting. Maybe there's some way that I can make it more interesting, and also have it clear as to what I'm trying to make. I mean, it could also just like go back more towards like my original idea of like having it more of like a headdress, which I think might sell it a little bit better. Yeah, we'll see. All right. Okay, yeah. Okay. So I have to shade the kilt, right? Because right now it's very flat. Oops. Not the clone stamp tool. Never the clone stamp tool. It'd be kind of nice if I could just deactivate the clone stamp tool altogether, because I really don't see myself using it. Oops. Alright. How did I shade legs previously? Let's remind myself. Yeah, they were shaded, like, on the lower edge. So, oops. Wrong layer. So I think this will be shaded on the kilt. And then, like, this edge, too, I think tends to be. So I think it'll look something like that. Although, actually, yeah, there is even, like, that line of shading that runs down the leg, too, so yeah, that probably is okay. It at least follows, like, the, like, how the legs tended to get shaded. Oh, although, yeah, there used to be, like, there's typically much more extreme shading. Like, just the level of contrast between, like, the light tones and the darker tones. Like, the white and the gray are, like, the white is, like, very light and the gray is, like, very dark. I don't know how that's gonna read. I should probably just blitz through a lot of this stuff, so that way all these little things that I probably need to come back and address later, I'll have more time to do that. Alright, so yeah, let's just call this fine for now, I guess. And then I'll draw the back leg as well. Also on a separate layer. So many layers. So many layers. No, this one goes down here, yeah. And I'll start with this tone and cover. Yeah, this will cover like most of what's going on here. Like that kind of. I don't know what's going on with like that edge right there. There's like a weird line coming down between these two on this seam. I don't know why that is. Hopefully something I can tidy up. Hey, it's event time. Huh. Yeah, I don't know what that was. Oh yeah, and right, and so then a little bit of this color as well. Just to highlight the back leg a bit. Yeah, this is roughly it, except what? I don't actually want it to come as far back as that, but I also don't really want to expose the white pant underneath. So I could I can just fix that some other way, because I don't want it. I don't know, like when you step back, like your back heel is gonna come out from under a little bit, and also by not having it as far back, I don't have to have it cut as low here. Uh, yeah, I think I'd rather have it a little more like that. Maybe that I might have gone a little too far in the other direction. Maybe I can probably bring it back a little bit. Yeah. Oh, and also it wouldn't droop that low actually. It would it would come up a little higher actually. So I have to fix on both layers. Yeah, right. Because like if the legs are like that far apart, then it wouldn't. Yeah. Uh, good job, guys. uh, uh, all right. Let's. Oh yeah, right. And I just want to that peak of what do I want to do with that little peak. Like I think the most sensible thing actually would be to make it flesh tone. So like maybe just like that. Oops, that was the wrong layer. But yeah, basically like that on the correct layer. I think that's the most accurate thing in terms of like what would be showing there. Like the other thing I could do is just like make the boot magically come up higher for some for no particular sensible reason. Excuse me. But that's probably fine. Excuse me. Alright, oh, that ankle looks a little weird all of a sudden. Yeah, it definitely does. Huh. I think the ankle has probably always looked weird, and now that I hid like part of the boot. So maybe we'll, you know, I think maybe it would be easier just to make the boot come up a little higher. Let me try that. Let me see how that looks. Because like I don't like how that ankle turned out. I think the ankle is actually kind of weird on how I, whoops, wrong layer. That's definitely the wrong layer. I think the ankle is actually a bit weird how I'm drawing it, and it's just not as obvious because it's not skin tone. Why can I not get the correct layer? How about the correct layer? Is that something we can do? All right, there we go. All right. Yeah, that's probably fine for now. So, Lauren, you're so good at this game. I very, very infrequently do I ever see people actually like change their action, but I mean, clearly you know your stuff, and it's just I appreciate that because like I definitely intended that to be like an aspect of the game is like strategizing like what course of action to take. So I'm glad that some players are pursuing those ends, and it's clearly paying off too. All right. So wait, where are those other things I was drawing on the head? Did I get rid of those, or are those still here somewhere? Is that one this layer? All right, yeah, this is. Every time I look away and look back, they're just ridiculous all over again. Dr. Fire Penguin, hey, how's it going? Welcome. Oh man. All right. So, oh yeah. So I could export these. Well, no, I'm not actually going to export these yet because I'm probably going to have to change something about them at some point when I realize that something about them has to change at some point. So, for now, I'll just save the whole thing so that way I don't. If I find another crash, I don't lose everything that I've done so far. All right. So that would be head wrap kilt. So armband would come next. So armband would replace the bracers. So, yes, that is true. I'm adding more character art so that Lauren can level up some more, and everyone else at some point, but mostly just for Lauren. um, so as you'll notice in the game, right now, Lauren is like the archer character that looks kind of like this, except with a different hat and different pants. So I'm going through and I'm adding in then the other. I'm adding in. I'm just gonna erase this stuff. Ooh, wait, now how am I gonna do this? Delicately is the answer. But basically I have to, oh, I can make the, oh, I could cheat. Yeah, I'll just erase like, wait, what layer am I? The wrong one apparently. I'll just make it so that the armband goes like, because like the bowstring, I have to be a little bit delicate about. I don't want it to mess up, but like the rest of it, I think I'm just gonna erase, and I'm just gonna like paste on top of this the hand without. I should hide like the layers underneath so that I can see what I'm doing here. I'm just gonna paste on top of it the hand without wait, where's that kilt drawn? Oh yeah, no, the kilt's drawn on the top layer. Up here. Whoa. Oh, whoops. Yeah. Alright, so hands layer 0, erase this stuff, and then yeah, because I want to keep the bow intact. I basically just want to very delicately take the bracer off. Yes, you can see a preview, Dr. Fire Penguin. You can literally see a preview right here. You can literally see it. Hopefully. Unless, is the script not running? No, it's there. Yeah, alright. So, sorry, let me close these real quick. Because I have I have like the bear arm, the bear forearm, is like something that exists somewhere. And so like when I'm drawing in something, it's basically like a different type of whatever, like a different type of equipment to go. Like when I did this when I was drawing in the bracers in the first place, if I can basically just go back to the blank slate. Where's the positioning of this equipment? Not head. Hands. So this gets positioned at 6653. I'll make a new layer for it so that it doesn't thwomp the other stuff with the transparency. So new layer. 6653 was it? Yes, there we go. Alright, so yeah, there's like a little hint of the old bracer like down here near the bowstring. But I think I'm just going to cheat and make that where the armband goes. So that way I don't have to like try and like delicately redraw the bowstring or anything. Maybe? Let's see how that looks. Alright, so I can bring back a bunch of the other layers at this point. Doop-a-doop. No, not that one. Legs. Not those legs. Back. Yeah, sure. Chest. Back. Leg stuff. Legs 2. Head 2. Yeah, and hands 2. Alright. Are we back in one piece? Is there anything missing? I think that's most of it. Alright, so yeah, so now basically like we had before, we're just gonna draw in an armband. Oops, wrong layer. On which layer? The layer that we just plopped in right above hand 0. It's kind of cheap, but that's like roughly where I wanted to put the armband anyways. Let me just make sure it's like lined up. And I should probably do like if I'm gonna do something else with the hands, I should probably do that now too. Because like, otherwise that's not a very interesting upgrade, I guess. I don't know. I mean, I guess like the archer gear was kind of cool, so yeah, maybe I shouldn't save that. Like that ornamentation and stuff, like I probably just shouldn't save it for later. Like I was thinking like, you know, it would build more gradually that way. No, you know, I mean, actually part of the reason I was thinking of adding the ornamentation later is because it would look a little weird to be an archer with like that stuff going on, but I don't think I can really avoid it. I think I like kind of have to just so like what I was thinking is basically like, all right, so you get an armband, sure, that's cool and all. But then you also get like gloves or whatever, and like just small gloves, not even like covering the entire hand really. Almost like these. But yeah, the point of these is that like I don't think this is the exact color blue, but like basically the gist is that like you could affix something to it. So maybe I should try and figure out what that color is actually supposed to be. What color should it be, I guess? Should be so like a blue and a green, I guess, is what I'm looking. I'm looking for like a blue and a green that kind of go well or go okay together. Maybe just a lighter version of this could be okay. It's like slightly less vibrant. Cause like that, yeah, I think that's a little bit better. Against all of the like the more earthy colors, like that blue, I think was a little too. Like it contrasted a little too much, but hey, it's one time. I think with yeah, with just a slightly less like that could be okay. But now it's probably just gonna look like a blue dot on the player's hands if I just like go for it. Like that. So what like I don't have that many pixels to work with here. But I could just like maybe if I put like just a white dot on it, like it might look like a glint. So if I just went for like almost literally white and just like bloop. No, that's way too bright. Bloop. Again, probably way too bright. That just doesn't even look right. But like that's kind of like what I would want to convey. Maybe that's okay. Because it's going to be a lot smaller too. It's going to be a lot smaller. It's going to be like... Oh wow, that just like basically doesn't read. Huh. Yeah, I hadn't really thought about that part. It just basically doesn't read. So then, well, so maybe not that. Interesting. All right. So I guess I have to go big. Go big or go home, sorta. Oh sweet. Oh wait, what was the color I was using? The color was nice enough. So just like bigger. Bigger. It might just be, yeah, it might be getting too complicated. Part of the nice thing about having bigger, or maybe I should just go with a bolder blue. The nice thing about having about how the character art is bigger than it used to be is that there's like slightly more room to work with, but I might be going overboard with it. I might be again trying to get more detailed than like I actually can, given the constraints of this. Maybe that's just a weird place to have that. So maybe instead of like one big whatever, it should be like several smaller whatevers. Like around the wrist or something. Like I don't know, something like that. Would that read? Hard to tell. It doesn't against this backdrop. But like even if it doesn't show up perfectly right now, like it won't be set on, like the leather is like really dark, but it